why not just talk about this one for a little bit? So this is my rage-filled experience with the DS version of Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Winter Games. So when I was a kid, I played Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Winter Games a lot. The Wii version a lot, because I only owned a Wii. I never owned a DS when I was a kid. And because I hit, I think around, 3K subscribers? I think there were 4K subscribers when I first played it. Right? Or not first played it, but I played it on my YouTube channel on the Wii back in the day. And I just remembered, and it's kind of hard for me to remember since this was a while ago, so I gotta kind of look it up. Yeah, Mario and Sonic, right? So yeah, 4K. I remember, now I'm starting to remember, it's starting to come back to me. So, I never played, I played the Wii game a lot when I was a kid. I even made tons of streams about it growing up. Or not growing up. I made tons of streams on it nowadays, in the nowadays sense. My bad, I'm all over the place with this one. But I never played the DS version. And I remember it was Tim Berners and many other people, many other viewers, many other friends, many other homies of mine, many other brothers and sisters of mine, were starting to ask me, what should I do to celebrate 4,000 subscribers? Because at this time, I just reached it, right? And we've been at 3,000 for a while, and, now I'm wondering / asking about it. Oh, man. Should I play the DS version? And I remember everybody said, yes, you should play the DS version of Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Winter Games. You should play it. You should give it a chance. Why? Because you're at 4K and you need to do it. And I couldn't think at the time any other way to be like, you know what? This is what the viewers want. This is what my boys want for 4K. Let's do it. Let's talk about it. Let's get it on. Let's do it, right? Let's do it. And I remember when I first opened the game, I was thinking this is just going to be, and keep in mind, right? Waluigi Brinkster, welcome to stream, by the way. Usually whenever I do these types of, streams / reviews or whatever, Waluigi Brinkster, welcome. My bad if I didn't say that. But, usually whenever I play a DS game, I usually think of it as, hey, this might be like a downgraded version of the Wii game in question, because that's usually what a lot of DS Wii game ports are. They're downgraded versions of their respective Wii game or whatever, right? Who knows? Sometimes DS games are better than the Wii ones. And I'm going to be honest, I was surprised when I first opened this game up, because the DS version in comparison to the Wii version has this weird, Sam Anderson, welcome to stream. The Wii one has this weird, or more in line of the Olympic Games, where they just do Olympic Games over and over again. They spend multiple days doing it, yada, 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 etc., right? And they did that in the Wii game. In the DS version, they actually have a full-blown story, adventure mode, I should say, into this game. And I was surprised because the Wii game never had an adventure mode, or never had a hub world or multiple hub worlds to explore, switching between Mario and Sonic, going around the HUD, in a weird / brand new / cool way. And, and I was just surprised by all of that, right? And I'm talking about the DS version of Mario Sonic Olympic Winter Games, the winter one. Freeman Bird, you're also talking about the game? That's what's up, bro. I'm surprised we're talking about it at the same time. I bet Brinkster recommended this game. Yeah, it was Brinkster and a lot of other people who recommended me to play this for 4K. 4K subscribers. Not the review, but when I did it, when I played the game, But I remember, when I got into the game and started playing the mini games, I remember, just getting so frustrated by every mini game I played, because it was either the controls that were throwing me off, or it was something it was something that was throwing me off every mini game that led to one thing after another. Like, some games were really fun, some games had simple controls, some games had controls that were a little bit much for me to grasp firsthand, and I kind of flunked the minigame because of that. And I don't know, one thing led to another, and I was just like having fun, but I was also raging at the same time. And then it was just raging. The fun aspect was like just not all that fun. That's literally what I can recollect in my mind. That the game at the end of the day, right after everything was said and done, right, was like not fun. I mean, I had fun, at first when I played it, but the more and more I played of it, the less enjoyment I was having of it, to the point I wanted Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Winter Games for the DS. I just wanted that to be a complete one-off. I didn't want it to have multiple parts. Everybody wanted me. I do remember this though. Everybody wanted me to have multiple parts of this. I remember that. Like, people were asking me, yo, when's part 2? Yo, when's part 3? Yo, when are you going to come back and do this again sometime? And I was sitting there like, I'm going to be honest with you. Like, I really, and I think I tried to express it in that video too, that I did not want to play this one again. Mainly because of how frustrating it was. It wasn't fun anymore, man. It was just constant frustration. And again, like I said, I have a very low ceiling of skill when it comes to a lot of games. And I'm not really the best at every game I play, especially right out the gate. I think that's for everybody too, but for me especially. So it leads to me getting frustrated, it leads to me getting angry, and just kind of wanting to put the game down if I don't figure something out in like 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes. At least back in the day. It was way worse back then than it is now. At least now I can put up with it for a while before I'm fucking done. But back then it was really, really bad. And, but yeah, I wanted to get off the game because I was also becoming quite toxic too during that gameplay. If you watched it back, you would know what I mean when I say toxic. Like, dude, I was getting pissed at everybody and everything because I wasn't figuring things out. And, looking back at that video and remembering it in my mind, do you have tons of anxiety and make your gaming your personality? Because your mental state suppresses the depressing reality of this dark world we live in. That is a really deep question. I was not expecting that. Honestly, I have whenever I pick up a video game, I'll answer the question. Why not? I'll answer it honestly. Well, I answer every question I get honestly, but I don't know why I said that, but it just came out. But, no. Yes, the world is dark. Yes, we live in a dark reality if you allow yourself to think that way. But there's a lot of things in this world that are positive that allows me to feel positive. Gaming just brings all of it out to the forefront. I'm gonna be honest. Like, whenever I touch a game, all the anxiety and the fear and the if I'm going to make it past this, all of it just starts coming out. Whenever I play a game. It doesn't matter if I'm streaming it. It's even worse when I stream it because I'm in front of people, not behind closed doors where it's like, okay, no one's watching me play. So it's like, okay, maybe the anxiety is a little down, like it's a little bit less, but I still feel it because it's like, can I pass this or not? Can I get through it? And that's honestly what I was feeling a lot during Mario and Sonic. I was getting so frustrated because I was like, can I get through this on stream? Because I knew there's people watching me. I need to get through this. I need to pass this up. I need to see, the game through. I need to get past it so we can move on, so we're not on this for half the stream or all of the stream. Like, some of y'all don't know, man, but the anxiety of fumbling the bag on stream is different than when you're fumbling the bag off camera. When you're off camera, no one's looking at you to judge you for what you're doing. But when you're on camera, live on stream playing the said game in question, Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Winter Games, bro, all that shit starts flooding your fucking mind. Like, am I even gonna pass this shit? You know, I'm serious, am I gonna pass this? Am I? And I remember I felt that a lot when playing Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Winter Games for the DS, and it got so bad that like I was starting to explode on people and take my anger out on people that definitely didn't deserve it or whatever. I think, at least to my memory, that's what my memory is telling me. And it's like, so it's so damn bad that it's like I didn't want to play that game again. I didn't want to recollect that game again. I didn't want to play the DS version of it again because of that. And I try my best to do that with all games, you know, that I do play in the future. I try to put the games in easy mode, so like that way, you know, the damage of those games would be less. And I wish Mario and Sonic had that, but oh well, you know. I can't fix and change it all, especially, you know, what we did in that Mario and Sonic stream. You know, I can't change it, but it's whatever. I'm long past that. Y'all know I'm long past that game, and, you know, I'm probably never going to come back to it again. And if I do, that's surprising, because sometimes when I say I'll never come back to something, I surprise even myself, because then I do inevitably come back to it or something. Not inevitably come back to it, but sometimes I do come back to some things, and you know, all that. Alan, you know the animation song, right? It has a copyrighted song. It does? Alright, then I probably will not watch it on stream, or if I say fuck it, I probably will. I feel like the DS version is better than the Wii version. In some ways, I will agree with you. The DS version is way better than the Wii game. Bro, it's not even about passing the game anymore. It's about proving to yourself that you can finish what you start, even when your mind is screeching at you to quit every time you push through. I do push through, and I get that, you know. You're fighting more than just a boss fight. You're fighting every doubt, every setback, every you're not enough voice, and win or lose. You're showing up. That matters more than the medals in the game. Fair enough. I'm showing up. I'm trying. And you know what? I do have that mindset a lot of the time, but with a lot of games that I play, I tend to just kind of put it down early because I already know where it's going, and it kind of reminds me of Crash, actually. Like, you know what? I'll explain it some other time. But back to the review, right? I say the DS version in this way is better than the Wii game in terms of the adventure mode. The fact that the DS version decided to go out of its way and genuinely give us an adventure mode over the Wii game where it's just actual Olympic sport events day by day from the Wii game, that is awesome. That is way better than literally anything, you know, the Wii story mode had to offer. Cutscenes, obviously, the Wii version's better than that. In OST and music, obviously, a console game's gonna have better soundtrack and music than a handheld game. But honestly, I could recommend Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Winter Games for the DS. It's not a horrible game, right? It's just that I ended up being horrible at it, and it backfired on me immensely. But anyways, I'm out of here. I don't want to make this review too long. I want to go do other things today. I'm done. You know, like, comment, subscribe, favorite, share the video with your friends. I'll see you guys later. Thank you all for watching. And, yeah. Bye. You know, I don't know if I want to do another one, to be honest, but yeah, I'm kind of mixed about that, but I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. I mean, do you guys want another one? Because I wouldn't even know what to do it on, to be honest.